big trade happened. James Harden, you're out of here. Going to Cleveland. The Cavs get Harden and a second-round pick. Clippers get Darius Garland. This was what we talked about in the show yesterday. It did happen hours later. Now that that's done, Boogie, your thoughts on this trade?
It's more like blah for me.
Oh.
I don't love it for, either side. I do think the Clippers got the, better end of this deal as far as, getting a young all-star talent in Darius Garland. Some youth needs to be put amongst that Clippers group. But as far as Cleveland and, what I thought their expectations was, which was, competing for a championship or coming out of the East, I don't think this necessarily puts them over the hump. And this is no knock to James. It's more so just about the stages they are in their career right now. You trade a young all-star talent for an aging superstar. So for me, I don't think that brings out the best in Donovan Mitchell. And maybe, maybe they feel they, corrected some needs as far as, increasing the size in their guard combination, which is cool. They definitely did that. They brought another ball handler. Also, they have a guy that's more available. All of those things are true. But as far as the overall team, I don't think it got better. So, and I could be wrong. I look forward to seeing how this works out. But as of right now, I'm not too impressed with the move.
I'm going to throw some odds up on the screen. I'm not. Who am I kidding? But Lou, because I'm wondering too. This surprised me. Look, do I think it was a good trade? I do. But for them to jump to the top,
this puts them as the favorite.
Like that.
That's interesting to me.
I thought so too.
That's interesting to me. I think the East still belongs to either Detroit or Boston.
And they have them too. We'll get to them.
And as crazy as it sounds, Boston is a sleeper pick right now. It's just something. It's just something brewing underneath Boston that just feels like this is going to be an epic run that you're about to witness, and Detroit is going to fight them off like hell. And I think it's just a two-team race at this point. I love what New York is doing. I love what Philly is able to do right now. Philly is playing really good basketball. But when you add James Harden to Cleveland, I don't see that as the group of guys that they have, adding James, adding Schroeder. I still don't think they get past a Detroit or a Boston right now. But the odds are crazy. Cleveland is a city that's thrived off of star power recently, and they've made stars. And you add James Harden to that, it's hard to say that you don't get better. But he's an aging superstar. He's 36 years old. It didn't work out in the last couple of stops. It's hard to look at this one and think that the results are going to be a little different. And so him and the Donovan Mitchell mix, I'm curious to see it. I'm excited to see it. I wonder how they can put that together, but I still think the East is going to go through Michigan or it's going to go through Mass. So
I'm a little shocked by the odds jumping the way.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
It's one thing to get better, but it's another thing.
Yeah.
Third favorite to what is going on? Third favorite to win it all. Cavs jump to that.
Wow.
Look at this. What's happening right now? Okay, let me ask you guys. Am I missing something? Like I
feel like I'm missing something too.
All right, are we drunk? Like what's going on here?
Maybe we are wrong.
Yeah, maybe.
But that wrong? That is a crazy jump. You just hopped over so many teams because of one.
Yeah.
I love James Harden, but that's a lot.
Well, technically too, because they did add Dennis Schroeder to it.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah, I'm
maybe it's the second-round pick that did it. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, like I'm looking at Boston and I'm looking at Detroit. Like if I want to give myself an opportunity to make some money, I love these odds for myself if I'm a fan of one of these teams. So for Cleveland to jump up like that, maybe they see something different in what we see. So I'm interested to see how fast they can put this together. And also, Cleveland plays the Clippers tonight, if I'm not mistaken.
That's perfect. I love when the schedule.
I don't know if obviously Garland is still injured, and I don't know if James is available tonight. But I've never seen the two teams play each other that fast.
The next night,
that's interesting to me.
The scheduling gods were listening. I'm wondering if this feels. Look, I like that they made a move because I think what happened with Cleveland last year was so disappointing, and it would have felt weird to just sort of run it back exactly almost the same. But I'm also wondering if they get bounced early, because there's already the talk about Donovan Mitchell wanting to get out of Cleveland, if perhaps they were to be bounced early. Does this feel like, all right, we're putting all our chips in? This is us trying.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes, they've pushed all their chips to the middle of the board, without a doubt. If Cleveland thought they had pressure on them to win before this trade, they definitely got pressure on themselves now. You add a guy like James Harden, that doesn't say you're rebuilding or you're tanking. That says we're trying to win basketball games and we're trying to really put ourselves in a position to win the East, as you can see with the odds and everything being favored for Cleveland. So now the odds are against them, but they're betting on themselves right now. So let's see it. Let's play ball. Check up.
And
Do they blow it up if they get out?
Absolutely. Like Lou said, they pushed all the chips to the middle of the table, which is obviously the move. But with that being said, if it doesn't work this year, it has to go straight into a rebuild. Obviously, Donovan Mitchell is.
So everybody's out.
Everybody.
You're moving everybody.
Everybody.
Mobley's out. Jared, we're moving them all.
Out.
Absolutely.
We'll see another Memphis type situation.
And then LeBron goes there for his final season. That'll be weird.
I mean, I believe that changes some things.
It's like a weird imagery in my mind right now. I'm wondering if James Harden also, like the reports were that he wanted out of LA when they couldn't come to an agreement on a 2-year, $80 million extension. So does that mean Cleveland has to give him that? Like, is that where they are?
I think they're willing to. Obviously, I think it decides on how this season plays out. But I think James about his money, and I ain't mad about it. You know what I mean? I'm not mad at it, brother. Like, hey, I respect you. You do what you got to do, because if the shoe was on the other foot, they would do you the same way. So I'm not mad at the situation. I do think that if this does not work, all of this is over. Like, it's a quick rebuild. But as far as moving forward, if things go the correct way, I do believe a part of making this deal was, if things go correctly, we will extend you. So that's what I got from this.
And I'm on the other side of it. I'm looking at this as James is a rental for Cleveland. They're trying to do it right now. They're trying to put themselves at the top of the East right now. And if it doesn't work out now, they're probably going to start looking at some other options, blowing it up and going in a different direction.
So you believe he put himself in a situation to not get paid?
Everybody's betting on themselves right now.
I feel you.
Everybody's betting on themselves right now. He's on a 1+1. Mm-hmm. That's a partial guarantee on that second year. If he plays well, if he do what's needed, I think Cleveland absolutely gives him that money. It's well deserved. But if it doesn't, they also look into blowing it up like they've been looking to do before this trade.
Also, he put himself, according to apparently all the odds makers, onto a very contending team. So,
and he also came out and said he actually didn't request an out. So now
I don't believe anybody.
Now the storyline is getting interesting. Yeah.
Men lie. Am I right, guys?
Water under the bridge now.
Okay, fair enough. Another trade happened.
Another lie from the Clippers.
No, he said that.
Booch. Yeah, well, I mean, somebody reported something. He is traded to the Celtics for Anthony Simons, second-round pick.
See what I mean?
Each way. This was the third trade, and I think this one doesn't get as much hype for obvious reasons, I suppose. Initial reactions on this one?
I like it.
Okay.
I can see what Boston is trying to do as far as building that mold that helped them win the championship a couple years ago. And what I mean by that mold is, that Al Horford type of big, where he can stretch the floor, be that spacer, fill in the small shooting type roles that this team needs. So it makes sense. And Vooch is solid. He's a solid big. He can rebound. He can spread the floor. He can do all the small things needed. My only concern is, the defensive part. And I get the mold as far as the offense, but when it comes to defense, Al Horford was very elite on that part. So I see the vision. So I'm not mad at the trade.
Seeing the vision is half the battle.
Yeah,
I see the vision.
And this is the point that I was making about Boston earlier, right? We already like them. And then you add a quality piece. You add a quality big that replaces someone like Al Horford that they had that spaced the floor for them, that was able to give them that look. For a team that likes to shoot a lot of three-pointers, likes to keep the floor open and likes to keep the lanes wide open for their guard play to be able to attack. This is the guy that makes them even more dangerous. And he loves to rebound and get his hands dirty. So this is another gritty and grimy guy that I feel like Vooch is one of my rooks. Being around him, he's grittier than he gets credit for. So I think he fits this mold with the Boston Celtics. I think he makes them 100 times better. So I think they become the team to watch in the East after this trade.
100 times better is quite the statement, Lewis.
I also said that was my rook, so I'm going to throw a little sauce on it.
A little sauce has been thrown on that. Simons, by the way, was the best dude off the bench for Boston. Are we concerned at all that he's no longer there? We'll figure that out, or?
I mean,
You got a lot of scoring there.
Okay.
I'm not worried about it. You still got a lot of scoring there. You still got a guy like Derek White that can give you 20 any night. You still got Pritchard, and you obviously got your superstar in JB. It's plenty of guys over there that's going to be able to score the basketball for them. So I think it was a good move.
Okay, so we're good with that. Now, we're talking about seeing the vision. I'll be curious to see what vision you guys are seeing for Chicago, because they did do a lot. They were moving around a bunch yesterday. That was their second trade. In total, during the course of all of this, they've acquired Jaden Ivey, Anthony Simons, Mike Conley, 5 ball-dominant guards combined with Kobe White and Josh Giddey. Lou, what's the vision here for Chicago?
Well, they're going to use these next 30 hours to continue to keep making moves.
Okay.
Yeah, you got almost 4 to 5 guards that can actually play, and so 2 or 3 of these guys will get some playing time. The other 2, they're going to be on the outside looking in. So I don't see this working out for anybody. So Kobe White looks like a guy that's possibly going to be on the move very, very soon for them. And Josh Giddey has been your guard of the future. So, obviously Mike Conley is at the end of his career, 36, 37-year-old quality veteran guy that's still got a lot of basketball left. But it's Josh Giddey's basketball. And so I think with them having so many ball-dominant and like-sized guys, they're still going to make moves.
Yeah, I look at this as a collection of assets. I see them still making more moves before this deadline is over and even afterwards. So this is all I really see. This is this is them getting as much as they can to send it right back out and get a flip on it. So nothing more, nothing less.
Do you know what's crazy is this is our 4th season of doing this show, and every year we talked about with the Bulls, DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, Vooch, like when are they going to get out of there? Officially, they're all gone now, and in return, Chicago had gotten 0 first-round picks from finally trading everybody.
Wow.
Right? I know. Like, again, normally my brain, I'm like, draft picks, whatever. But when it's 0 first-round picks, and we just talked in the first group of stories about how many, does that shock any of you guys? Like the fact that all those guys are now gone and none of that came back?
Seems like more of a situation of holding on too long. And, when that happens, it can, decrease the value in the moment, especially if things aren't working well in that situation. It only kills the value of everything involved. So, holding on too long, these are the results of it.
So full reset, and that's what Bulls fans are. God,
Full reset.
Absolutely.
you got to be patient for that, too. Not a big fan of that. A little NBA fast break for you. Let's keep this